So I've been learning DaVinci Resolve on and off over the past year and a half.
Is that right?
And I haven't fully made that switch to DaVinci Resolve for a few reasons. So welcome back to another video. My name is Mario. So if you are new here, please consider subscribing for more videos from yours truly. And if you're already subscribed and you came back, thank you again so much for being here yet again.
Your presence here is always greatly appreciated.
So one of the reasons why I haven't made the switch to DaVinci Resolve fully from Premiere Pro is because I've developed so much muscle memory in Premiere Pro, and the keyboard shortcuts that I know there are just making my workflow very, very fast. And I was counting the number of videos that I've edited so far in 2023 from January to now, end of May, and I've edited over 130 videos.
Is that a lot or a little?
And that is combined from my YouTube channel, from my day job, as well from my other side projects that I take on. And with the amount of editing workload that I have, it's really hard for me to give up, or rather there is not enough time for me to give up that speed of editing and muscle memory that I already have in Premiere Pro and transfer all of that decade of experience that I have in Premiere Pro to DaVinci Resolve and still expect the same amount of video editing output that I'm currently producing. And that is why I haven't made that switch fully to Resolve. And I really wanted to make the switch because there's been so many issues with Premiere Pro, the constant freezes, the ring of death, there are different crashes that you get, and many other complaints and many other performance instability issues that I have experienced and other video editors have experienced as well. But I have to say though, in the last 2 years, I haven't experienced as many crashes or instability or performance issues as I have in previous years from that. I think Adobe might be starting to listen to its users and improve Premiere Pro in terms of stability and making it a more solid video editing software. But in today's video, I also wanted to talk about some of Premiere Pro's newest updates for spring 2023, some that I'm actually quite excited about. And these new updates are actually delaying my switch a little bit more to DaVinci Resolve. So maybe it might be good if I stick around Premiere Pro. I don't know. Let me know in the comments below what you think. So these features are in Premiere Pro version 23.4. After you make the update, the first thing you should be doing is to do regular maintenance, and this can improve overall stability. So as soon as you're launching Premiere Pro, hold down Command on your Mac or Control on Windows, and this window will pop up. In the reset options dialog box, make sure you select clear media cache files and reset plugging loading cache. And trust me, this is something that you should be doing every now and then. You will thank yourself for doing it. So the next big improvement is text-based editing, which is now out of beta and finally in the official version of Premiere Pro. If you haven't heard about this, this allows you to edit your videos using text editing commands. And this is a really cool feature that I think will make my editing workflow a lot faster. So the way you use this is that you first go to the text-based editing tab, double click on your footage, make sure that it's transcribed. You can add footage into your timeline by selecting that footage directly from the transcription. Once you have that, you can click on the timeline window and further trim that rough cut. It's here where the magic really happens in my opinion. You can move certain portions of your video by cutting and pasting it in a different area in your video. And as you do this in the transcription part, Premiere Pro automatically does this for you in the timeline. And if you want to get rid of certain parts of your transcript, if you get rid of it on your transcript, Premiere Pro will get rid of it in your timeline. Once you're happy with the rough cut, you can now go into your timeline and edit your video as you normally would. The next one is lock color auto detection. So to simplify things, lock footage is a flat picture profile and it looks fully desaturated and does not look good. But the idea is that because it's shot in this way, with the details not baked into the footage, you're able to capture as much detail as possible from your scene. And later on in post, you bring all that color out and therefore you get a nicer image with more detail and the highlights and the shadows and everything else. So traditionally, once you had this footage, you had to go into the Lumetri color panel, add an input LUT, and you have to add your own preset from a conversion LUT that you already had. With this new update in Premiere Pro, all you need to do is go into Preferences and select Auto Detect Lock Video Color Space. And once this is selected, as soon as you add in locked footage, Premiere Pro will automatically convert it to Rec 709. The next update may seem quite simple, but it's actually quite important. Premiere Pro has now introduced background autosave, so you no longer need to learn Control or Command S as a new video editor in Premiere Pro. And that was just a shortcut to save your project, so now you don't have to worry about that. Premiere Pro will autosave.
It's about time.
The next one is smoother mouse scrolling. Again, another one that may sound quite basic, but in practice, it does make a difference. So there is improved support for Apple trackpad and also for Apple's Magic Mouse, which is the one that I like to use. There's also now a way to track via a dashboard all the processes running in the background in Premiere Pro. And this gives you the option to cancel a task. If you find a task taking too long or something that is slowing you down, you can go ahead and cancel it or pause it while you wait for other processes to complete so that you get better stability and overall a better performance while you're editing. And the last one is that Premiere Pro now supports more camera footage. For example, footage shot on the Venice tube, which I don't have, so can't test that, and not useful for me, but I'm sure useful for other people. And it also supports some issues that people were having with iPhone clips, HDR clips, or cinematic clips. So these are all the updates in Premiere Pro for spring of 2023. Let me know in the comments below which of these updates are you most excited about. I am certainly most excited about the text-based editing feature. I think it's going to save me a ton of time. So that's it for today's video. Thanks for being here. Subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you next time.